Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, we're back again.
We're back again. I had a little oopsies.
That's okay.
But we got Liz and Mary back. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us the name of your business, and then we'll move to Mary.
All right. I am Liz Auburn. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I work right here in Baldwinsville. I own Blue Pelvic Physical Therapy, where I see mostly pelvic health patients for physical therapy.
And we were at an open house in the building you're in.
Yeah.
Our old studio was there, too.
I didn't know
in the same
that.
building. Yeah.
Yeah, right next to the haircut place there.
Barbershop.
Oh, yeah,
The barbershop, yeah.
So
46 steps north of Samuel Malone's.
Yeah. 46 steps one way, and it's, I think, 53 back.
Right, yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's where we met, and that was nice. And it was nice. You have a nice place.
Thanks. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. It's facing the river there, the water, so
Yeah.
it's so nice.
And you have a cool view of a Christmas tree.
I do,
Yeah.
which I'm wondering what's going on over there right now. There's a lot of
So they put in some new pavers or something, like a compass, right? Is that
Yeah,
what?
yeah. In
Yeah.
case you lose the direction you're
But
going.
they're like, it's like a paver compass.
I
Yeah.
know they took out the fountain.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they would do that.
I liked the fountain.
Yeah.
So they
nice.
know which direction to point the star in the tree.
That makes sense.
Just made that shit up. Go ahead, Mary.
Sounded great. Hi, I'm Mary Batchelor. I'm a physical therapist as well. I'm the owner of Vitality PT of CNY. I just established the practice earlier this year. I've been a PT for over 20 years, but my practice is outpatient therapy within the home. It's kind of a unique niche of it's the catchphrase is mobile physical therapy. I bring the clinic to people's house. And I serve a lot of central New York, primarily kind of focusing on the Syracuse area, Baldwinsville, Liverpool, but willing to drive where need be.
So is it just a car you have, or is there some?
Yes, my trunk's been taken over by
Okay.
a PT clinic.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like some sort of van or something you bring that's got.
No,
I don't know what
but-
kind of equipment you need.
You know, I saw something online once that showed the transition of PT, and it was a van driving a bunch of therapists around typing notes in the back seat. It cracked me up.
Okay.
You know, my trunk, I have all the things you'd need in the clinic, and it's just it's taken over the back end of my car. And every time we need to use the vehicle for regular use, it all comes out and it all goes back in Sunday night.
Sure. And we should say that Liz and Mary know each other.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
friends.
like you guys are, meeting for the first time we're having this podcast.
Just found some physical therapists around. You're like, hey, you guys,
Hang
yeah,
out,
you
right,
too.
yeah.
We actually had worked together for a little while beforehand, so we had met.
In
there.
the same practice?
Yep, a previous work.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Mary because of my wife, and then Mary worked on my knee. Mary
Yes.
and was it Jessica? Jennifer? What's her name?
Courtney?
Courtney?
You were close, right? I mean, closely. I mean,
Same-
there's
same
like an
thing.
E in
Very
there,
close.
Right? Yeah.
Same
Oh,
thing. But you guys
yes.
both worked on my knee.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we did. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
You
you're welcome.
fixed it.
How is that knee?
Much better. Haven't had issues. I've had plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis.
Well, you can always call me, but
On
for your
one
sake, I
foot.
hope you don't.
Both were on the same foot. Man.
Oh, man.
The Achilles issue happened when I changed my running routine where they say you should land on like the ball of your foot, not on the heel. So I was like, okay, so my normal routine was like 4 miles around the area where I live. So I did 4 miles with a new style, and that was a mistake.
Oh, that's a long distance.
Yeah,
I just
my-
don't run, and I avoid that.
Oh,
Smart man.
That's right. I just had a dislocated kneecap.
Oh, actually, I was training
painful.
for Boilermaker. That's what it was.
did you run it?
I did run Boilermaker, not that year, following year, because of the injury.
I love that race.
And I did half marathon at Treehouse in Massachusetts.
You guys do any of those?
Deerfield.
Oh.
Marathons, anything like this?
I did 2 marathons when I was in college, and then I really haven't run that quite of a distance
Yeah.
since. It's kind of been my running has,
That's my goal. I mean, I want to never run again. Some people want to I don't want to do it. Like,
It requires training.
I mean, a brisk walk is about it.
Yeah,
right.
yes.
Right.
If the joints hurt, I'm done with it.
this is the guy you don't make money on. you make
You'll make money because anything I do now, because I'm all atrophied or something.
So let's ask Liz. We'll start with you.
Sure.
So you primarily specialize in pelvic.
Mm-hmm.
Not primarily. The only thing is
Yeah.
pelvic.
Yep.
Why? Like, how did you get into it? And you worked in a different practice before. Which did you do only pelvic or kind of like a wide range?
So I have been a PT for 12, almost 13 years now. And I started off actually, and I graduated in Rochester. So I started off and I worked at Strong Hospital, which was kind of pretty generic, seeing a lot of things. It was a great place to start. I feel like inpatient acute is wonderful because you get to see a lot of things, a lot of different acuity. And then from there, we moved back to Syracuse after I had my first daughter. She's 10. And I kind of had gone into a few different areas. I started in pelvic floor PT kind of education. It's more of a specialized area in that you learn a little bit about it in PT school. It was like maybe a one night class, 3 hours, where someone came in and was like, this is, at the time they called it women's health because that was primarily what they were treating. Though all people have a pelvis and a pelvic floor. But at the time they were just calling it women's health, and it was mostly that they were treating women. And, someone came in and I was 20 and they were talking about it, and I was like, that's weird. I'd never do that. And like, that's the last I heard or saw of it until I was pregnant with my second, or after I had my second, I had some things come up and I was asking some of my providers, and I was wondering if if there was something else I could do or what was going on. And they kind of gave me some instruction. I was like, that just doesn't, like, that can't be it. And it was an OBGYN and they are fabulous, and their goal, medical doctors' goals are to keep everyone alive, keep everyone healthy, get things through, whether it's a pregnancy or just a episode of care. But they're not the musculoskeletal specialists. The physical therapists are. And so I was in a really great position at that point to be like, I actually have background in some of this. Like, I just haven't developed that, but I can. Like, I can look through that research. Right. I can take the education. I could look into this. And so I always say that it kind of started as me search because I was interested in myself and what was going on. And then it kind of snowballed from there because there's such a lack of understanding and education, and even like pelvic floor PTs. There's a handful of them in Syracuse, but compared to even other countries where it's a lot more normalized and people, it's not such a unique thing that it seemed kind of, also I feel like I have a personality where I'm so comfortable. Like it can be a sensitive topic to talk about, to bring up or even go into the education on. And it's just I'm also so immersed in it that it's like nothing, right? Like if I pull out a model that has a pelvic floor and a vagina and a vulva or a penis, like that is what it is. It's the body. Like it's nothing. It doesn't bother me. And also I, understand it's not what a lot of people talk about day to day. But it's just, I feel like it's was very comfortable, and I felt like this was the right direction. And so when I went into it initially, I was working for another company, and that's all I was seeing. I was at an orthopedic outpatient clinic, and I was seeing all their pelvic patients, or I was only seeing pelvic patients. So they had more, but my whole caseload was that. And then I decided in 2022 to go out on my own. And I opened my own clinic, which is just a small space over in Baldwinsville now. So I've been there for almost 3 years.
Nice.
So is there something you won't do as far as, there's sports injuries, there's accidents, there's birth, there's all kinds of things. Is there something that you're unable to approach?
No, not in terms of the pelvis. So as long as that diagnosis is in or around like pelvic area, which includes sometimes hips or core, like this is all connected. And I really do practice from a standpoint of like the body's all connected. We are looking at not just what's going on inside the pelvis, but a lot of things that impact the pelvic floor. And so when we're thinking about things like pelvic floor wise, a lot of common diagnosis I will see like leaking urine or constipation or pelvic pain. It could be pelvic pain from a birth injury. It could be pelvic pain from a sports injury. Like that so much doesn't matter as to how that happened. It could just be someone who is going through hormonal or changes because they're getting older and they're like, I don't know what this is, or I'm having pain with intercourse, or I'm having pain with ejaculation. It could be something where they're like, I don't even know who to turn to. I don't even know. And obviously they need to be cleared by a medical doctor. Like, we want to make sure there's not something else going on there, right. But there's a lot of muscles there. And for a long time, it was like, well, we kind of just ignore that part. Like there's got to be something other than a muscle that we're worried about, but there's tons of muscles there. So, to answer that question, it doesn't really matter how they got there, other than if that's kind of the area that they think is causing the problem, kind of the root of what's going on. Then I'm happy to, like I always tell someone, we're kind of just putting some puzzle pieces together. We're looking to see what all these contributors are to drive whatever the symptom is, and figuring out how we can take care of that.
Yeah. So if I understand correctly, from pregnancy is what kind of started this interest.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And are most of your patients pregnant women or kind of a mix?
I definitely have pregnant women. I have a lot of postpartum women. And I will say that in general, my caseload right now, and even since I have started, it has been more women than men. But like I said, men have a pelvic floor too. And there's, stuff happens to everyone. I feel like it's so normal for someone to be like, oh, my knee hurts or my ankle hurts. I wonder what I can do. I should go see the doctor. That is cleared. Let's go to a physical therapist. But to be like, oh, my pelvis hurts, my hip hurts, my groin hurts, right? I have this, I'm running and I have this weird pain and it's in this weird spot and I don't even know if I can tell my doctor about that. Like, I don't want to mention that. And so I do see the gamut. I don't see pediatrics, but I have seen as young as 19. It can be from many different things that happen. And so generally I also don't see like anyone that is the whole Medicare issue right now is that they're not supposed to be, if you are straight Medicare, that you don't see outside of the network. And so I'm an out-of-network provider. So I generally don't see people who are really older than like 65 and up, but that has some nuances to it too. So I don't have like a limit other than I really don't see pediatrics, kids. But whatever else is going on and age-wise and anatomy-wise, I'm happy to help and try to see what's going on and take a look.
If a patient has like Medicare and you're outside of the network, can they just pay you out of pocket?
No.
All right.
No.
So
Well, pediatrics, because they're just still cartilage.
hold on. There's a reason. There's a reason I brought that up. Is it legal issue? Is there a legal issue behind it?
Correct. Yep. It's a Medicare. If they have covered services and they have Medicare insurance, it is illegal for us to provide care without processing through their insurance because it's a covered service is what they call it.
So even out of pocket is just no good.
Right. And it's hard to explain that to people because it's, it's kind of our hands are tied if you participate with Medicare, which my practice does, is that your hands are kind of tied with being able to provide those.
Kind of shady business.
Yeah. I have a lot.
Not your business.
No,
I'm just saying, like,
you said that.
I have a lot of thoughts on that because it's so you get. I mean, I talk
too.
to everyone that I see on the phone with them before they come in. I want them to understand everything first about what it looks like, and then also like what payment looks like. How I'm not in network with insurance, so what that means, what they can do, and for someone to be like, "Oh, I have Medicare, but I don't care. I will just pay you. Like I want to feel better," and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I can't see you," and they're like. What do you mean? Like I'm telling you, right? I don't need a receipt. I don't need, and you're just like, it's so crazy. Like, why is someone else telling you that you can't just pay for this service? Right. And it's not your doctor saying they can't come. It's
it's
some program. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's scam.
That's
like, hey, you have to have this, but you only have to do this by our rules.
Right. It's frustrating because explaining that to people can be very difficult because it's like it just feels a little strange as well too because I'm willing to provide care to anybody that needs it. And then for them to say, oh, well, just let's forget my insurance. And unfortunately, I'm not allowed to.
Physicians,
provider.
Providers, do you guys like swear in to always help and serve like people in need, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then you're
to
like,
do no harm.
And then, and then you're like,
oh, sorry.
I know you need help.
I'm going to die unless you do this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And what's even like more is that one of the reasons that when I was explained to this was like part of it is with people that have Medicare and they're the aging population is that they want to protect them from scams, from someone being like, I'm going to charge you this and maybe they don't understand or they don't know. And to tell someone who's 65 that like, this is your protection. I can't treat you because you don't know what you're getting into or you can't make that decision on your own. Like I'm sure there are people that would need some level of supervision when they're getting into their health and costs and stuff. But there's also a large group of people who are on Medicare that are like, I know what I'm doing. I know how I want to spend my money and what I want to do with my healthcare.
That should be something you opt into. Like you opt into that protection.
Right.
And so for a majority can be like, I'll make my own decision. Thank you very much.
Yes.
You know? So it's like saying I have car insurance, but then I'll just go to a mechanic and he'll say, no, I can't fix your car out of pocket.
You need an extended warranty.
Right. But like, you have to see this person down the street who's only going to be able to treat you for 30 minutes and only based on the goals that we deem appropriate, like for a long time. And I think still currently, but Medicare doesn't cover like a diagnosis of pain with intercourse. So if someone comes in and as PTs, we can usually find something else, right? You could find they want to see something functional and whatnot, but like pain with walking down the street or something like that. So you do your best in those outpatient clinics that are taking insurance to be like, what else can't you do that we can make sure that this falls into something that gets covered. But
intercourse is not covered?
That diagnosis for Medicare has not been covered.
What?
Right, because
That's
for Medicare.
functional.
right.
Right. Just for
So when you're, 64, 65, whatever age that is, right?
I mean, they don't want to have pain either.
Right. No, I get it.
If anything, they're the ones who can tolerate the most pain. They're like,
how about pain in the ass? Does that cover anything?
you should get a
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly what I'm seeing.
oh, you can't hold your pee long, so you can go see.
I can hold my pee fine.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, don't be nervous. It's okay.
No,
I
it's
get that a
okay.
lot.
Wait, are we talking about really?
He's like, how did this transition?
I mean, I'm willing to go there.
It happens all the time. I've learned this exercise of tightening your
They're Kegels, Roman.
muscles to so that when you get older, you can hold your pee and not have to run to the bathroom all the time or wear a diaper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where I learned that.
Probably
EMT.
prison.
EMT prison. Everything was tight in prison. I was never in prison.
It was.
I like how he clarifies.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
Just want to put that
I
out
don't
there.
know who's listening.
Yeah.
And by the way, if someone's listening that wants to come on here and explain this whole Medicare, legal, not legal,
Or if you've been in prison. Yeah.
or if you've been in prison,
And or.
Yeah. Or both. Yeah. Right.
we need to petition that. That's bullshit. But
But yeah, this is all interesting stuff.
I was wondering. Another question I was going to ask Mary is, as a general physical therapist, can I say that general physical therapist?
Yeah, you could say that. Absolutely.
Have you like would you refer someone to Liz, who was primarily in
absolutely,
pelvic?
yeah.
Okay.
Over the last maybe 10 years, when it's become maybe less than that it's become a little more popular to say that, I guess, in the central New York area to talk about pelvic PT.
Mm-hmm.
I've run into many good pelvic therapists, and it's often my go-to when I'm looking at somebody in my traditional orthopedic care for hip pain, back pain, doesn't seem to add up, or, that funny pain in the groin that you thought was maybe the hip flexor strain, and it's just not adding up, and it's not my wheelhouse. So I often turn to people like Liz to say, oh my gosh, let me talk you through the scenario first to see if I'm, on the right path. But absolutely, yeah, there's a gray area between the orthopedic care that I primarily provide and pelvic floor PT.
And so how do you feel about like chiropractors as it relates to you guys? Because I know people go see, chiropractors for sciatic pain and some things like that. But I don't know how that, I guess what they're doing differently than what you could do. I mean, I know that they adjust all kinds of things,
Right.
But I don't know if that's
Yeah.
sort of in your wheelhouse or it somehow like overlap a little bit.
I mean, I think chiropractic care can be great, and a lot of people benefit from that. I don't do adjustments, so I'm not cracking or doing a lot of that. I think that there's a lot of overlap in that. I know there are some chiropractors, and they give superb care, and they will end and have people doing more movements and exercise-based stuff at the end too. And I think that really, at the end of the day, what someone feels like they are aligned with and what's really helping for them is going to be the best. So I think that, I don't think – and I could be wrong, but I don't think in the U.S. at least that any chiropractors do internal exams. So that is something that I will do for pelvic floor, for the evaluation, and then possibly throughout the treatment, depending on what's going on, because it gives us a lot of information on what's going on internally in those pelvic floor muscles, which you can't see from the outside. You can't really feel or see what that range looks like or that strength. And I don't believe chiropractic does that. And I also have gotten referrals from chiropractors around here just because, again, it would be something that maybe they're like, gosh, I really feel like this is stemming from something where we don't have that ability or that training to be doing that. So,
Yeah. So, I lost my train of thought. So
This fucking guy, right? Who said that the other day? We were
no, that was from a show
Yeah, someone said Roman sounds like this guy in a TV show, and he always says this
on
fucking
FX.
guy. So Roman's going to say it all day.
So when you say internal exam, can you explain what is external exam? Like to what extent?
to what is internal?
Yeah, when you say chiropractors don't, you believe they don't do the internal exam.
Correct. Right. So when I have somebody coming in for an evaluation, what that looks like and what's pretty common is that we are doing a lot of talking in the beginning. We're going over health history. We're talking about their symptoms. The next step would look like kind of an orthopedic screen. So I'm looking at hips and core. They're standing and doing some movements. They are laying on the table and doing some movements. And then the end piece would be an internal exam. So I am using my gloved hands, lubricated finger, and I am either intravaginally or interrectally looking at some of those pelvic floor muscles. There's no speculum or anything like that, which would be something that they generally will use at a GYN. And I'm able to get a feel for what's going on in those muscles. That way, that maybe takes like 5-6 minutes. We are getting an idea for what the tension in those muscles look like at just baseline, and then also what they kind of coordination and or strength of those muscles is. Obviously, there are different orifices for different genders, but and it's not mandatory. It's not that they have to come in and do that. And I always let them know. It gives us a lot of good information as to what's going on. And we kind of have talked about that on the phone. So it's not a big surprise when they come in and we have the conversation of how comfortable are you with that? And, for all the reasons that they came in, a provider that might have had them come in or referred them has kind of prepped them for that too. So we talk about what their thoughts are and how they are feeling. And then we go into it that way. I don't believe chiropractors have that training. That was something that even PT school does not train you in. You go through certifications afterwards. So when I was doing that me search for myself, I actually started pretty externally, like more exercise-based pelvic floor things where it was more of a orthopedic and like I said, external movement orthopedic. And then as I got into it, realized that there was a lot that you either can't do or just don't know if you're not assessing the whole body in that way. So
internal exam is important because there's important information.
Right.
That could kind of then you know what kind of external exercises to do based on damage, rip muscles or whatever tissues.
Yeah.
Now, do you work only off referrals?
No.
You can only have clients that refer to you?
It depends on the situation. Generally, no. In New York State, we have 30 days to have a script from a provider. It could be your PCP, your GYN, your urologist. And by 30 days, we need a script or a chiro actually can write a script for PT, that you need that into the system. But I don't need that for like an initial evaluation. Someone could just say, call me up or send me, usually there's an intake form on my website, and they could say, this is going on. Let's talk about what that looks like, and they can come in and have that. And for me, that could be, I'm generally not seeing anyone more than once a week. So it could be a few visits, but we get that script in. We're talking to a provider. And, that's important that, first of all, we know that there's not something else going on medically. They didn't come in with these symptoms, and it could be something else that we're concerned about. And then also that there's just another head in that care, there's another brain in that care, that we kind of have this patient in common, and that we're, making sure that they're on the right path.
Is that the same for you, Mary?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called direct access in New York State, where, like Liz was talking about, where it's 30 days without a referral. After that, you can continue to provide the care when you have that referral on file. Sometimes it gets a little bit, not to bore the audience with the Medicare side of it, but then it gets to you have to have your care plan signed off on. So you see that patient for that initial appointment, and then they have to sign off on it. So it's very similar when you get into commercial insurances, which I'm also an out-of-network provider with as well. So that's where it gets a little confusing for some people, because I take insurance, but I'm out of network. So there's two sides to an insurance plan typically, where it's in-network benefits, out-of-network benefits. A lot of commercial plans will have an in-network benefit, and then some have out-of-network benefits. So if they don't, then they'll pay me directly, and then we sort of just skip the insurance. But with the New York State guidelines, you can just provide that care for 30 days. Then you just need a referral on file, but it doesn't impact the care.
Right.
It's really just about kind of being compliant with New York State rules.
What if I told you, I walk in and said, I don't have insurance?
That's okay too.
I have it, but I'm going to tell you I don't have it.
Do you have Medicare, is what you're saying?
No, if I have insurance, let's say
commercial insurance.
Let's say Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? Mm-hmm. And then I find out it's out of your area, but I'm going to come in and say, I don't have insurance. Mm-hmm. Just don't
we have to trust you, right? I can't.
I'm just wondering, are you going to punch
without your ID number, I wouldn't know how to find you in their system anyways.
Right.
That way it's on me and not on you.
Right.
As a provider.
Yes, exactly.
Because, if I'm hurt and I really need help and there's nobody, like, can you imagine you have disability where you cannot operate a vehicle and you are the closest thing to help me recover, but you are out of my network for my insurance.
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
Then you just bypass the insurance when it's the commercial level. When it's Medicare, that's
the only
we kind of
trick.
talked about that
Right.
before.
If you
but-
have commercial insurance, private insurance, then it doesn't matter. You could
doesn't matter.
just cash pay for whatever you want. And
So
everyone cash pays for our service at my clinic, and then I give them a super bill and I say, you submit this to your insurance
I
company,
see.
and the
For
insurance company
reimbursement.
will send it right to you.
Yeah.
So I don't ever I have no relationship with anyone's insurance. The issue or problem would be if someone with Medicare came in and said, I don't have insurance and I don't know. Like, how would I?
Right.
That's not my job. Like, I don't, and that's where I get a little like, oh, like this isn't, I wasn't
So
trying
Medicare
to go
is the
into
only
someone's insurance.
problem.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Assholes.
Yeah, well, we're trying to create a problem. First of all,
I'm not trying to create a problem. I'm trying to find a
Medicare's
way.
like we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Medicare. Yeah, we're just done with it.
Medi
It's on the
what?
no-fly zone.
You ever Encanto? Yeah, right. Remember Encanto?
Yeah, I've seen it.
We don't talk about Bruno. That's
Isn't
what
it
Medicare.
Encanto?
Yeah, I don't know. He looks like He looks like Bruno.
I hide in walls in my little
You could
room.
be a Bruno.
I have 4 kids, so I know that movie in and out.
Yeah, they just put it on loop, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is interesting stuff because I didn't know there's a sort of a specialty pelvic care thing.
And I didn't know that people don't want to talk. Sorry,
Go ahead, no.
that they don't want to talk about it, or like it wasn't a thing before. Like,
Right.
that's because you mentioned this, and Mary, you said that some people don't feel comfortable talking.
We're pretty open book. I'll talk about anything.
But I don't
talked about urine
understand.
earlier.
Yeah.
Like, you go see your doctor, you better be like honest.
Right.
Because the
well,
diagnosis.
and to Liz's point too, I mean, I went to through PT school a little bit earlier than she did, and it was the same thing. One class, one day, about just a brief overview of pelvic floor, and then they would say, like, I think they kind of said, well, only a few people do this, or you might learn about this later. But then it was like crickets.
Yeah.
So, and then even working, I returned to the Syracuse area in 2008, and until, maybe 2014, 15 was when I really ever talked to anybody about pelvic floor PT. I knew it was there, but you kind of keep it in the back of your mind, and it's not on the forefront. And that's when I started to see it kind of flourish in the area. And perhaps it started before, of course, but there's really now it just feels like there's more and more people at least talking about it, which is very important because so many people. My sister used to live in Europe, and they called it the 4th trimester. And she had all of her babies over in Europe, so she went through that 4th trimester. And then, she's here and she's talking to her kids' friends' parents, and they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So it's a very different
did
world.
she have?
Yeah.
So you mentioned in Europe it's different. There's more care for pelvic floor.
I don't know if I said that, but for sure. And I know I have some educators that are all over. And one that I really love listening to and learning from is actually from Australia. And postpartum, it's so normal for them to have 7 or 8 visits after having a baby in your home, just pelvic floor, just to be like, are you healing? I mean, that's a huge, and like I said, it's not my whole caseload because really there's a lot else going on, but just to see the difference of like for around here, it's pretty normal that if something's going on, you have to like ask your provider to go or find it yourself. And there's wonderful providers and they know a ton and they are happy to refer, but it's just not as commonplace or normal. And also it's a sensitive topic. People are not, it feels easy to talk about when it's not you. And then if it's your symptom, I mean, there's lots of research that states that like incontinence, urine leakage is so underreported to the provider that it's not even them not sending their patients. They don't know. No one's walking in and they're saying, how are you? How's your blood pressure? And they're like, fine.
Right.
It's good. I'm fine. Or this is just normal.
I feel
It's
like
part of getting old or something, right?
Right.
like
This
what-
is just normal.
when it
This
comes
is what
to
happens.
medical, don't be uncomfortable. Like
Right.
it's important.
Right, it's
You
your
gotta
body.
take-
the
when I
only
go
one
for
you get.
physical, they say take your clothes off. It's like
Mine are already off
before they even give me something.
show
He's
up
in the
with-
waiting room.
I show up without clothes on.
It's in the waiting room. I left it behind the door.
Folded.
Right, of course.
It's in the waiting room. That's good. Yeah, like I don't know. It's important. Like, don't be shy. I mean, people are gonna be shy. It's not like you're at someone's house talking about it. You're talking about with provider.
Right.
And I've learned to be honest with your doctor, because if I lie about something because I don't feel comfortable, then the treatment is not effective.
Right.
Like
Or it's not there.
Yeah.
Right. They're
So this is
non-existent.
why they don't know you're suffering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So for your point, your business, how do they connect with you to even get that?
Well, lots of ways. The word of mouth. I have actually a couple of referrals from caretakers of patients I'm currently seeing, and they're asking, hey, can you come see my mom? Referrals from physicians. I've kind of done some networking with providers' offices to just let them know, because it is like it's a unique niche of providing the outpatient care and services within the home to bridge that gap between folks that are afraid to drive, maybe just don't have a car. They have to rely on their kids who work, and now their appointment's at 5:00 at night and they're too tired. So there's lots of reasons that people will seek that. So I've been trying to network with other professionals, and coming on Brews and Banter has been really exciting for me, just because, like just knowing, again, like Liz was saying, that the service is even available. A lot of people don't even know. Most of the time they're like, oh, you'll come right to the house. I don't have to drive mom to the clinic. So I think going into the winter is going to be something I'm really looking forward to, because the reason that is the reason I've done it. I've been a PT for over 20 years. I started in acute care as well. I feel like that's where a lot of us begin our worlds, because it's a great exposure, like Liz said, to seeing all kinds of different things. I worked down in Baltimore in a hospital there. It wasn't like a level 1 trauma center, but some of the things we saw was a lot of, trauma injuries, joint replacements. So I see a lot of that as well. And some people, you have your knee replaced, they say you can't drive for at least 6 weeks. What if you live alone?
Right.
How are you going to get there? So I see a lot of patients for balance. General strengthening, a lot of seniors, but I also am open to and do have a few patients that's, my knee hurts. I've had a patient who has just got a very busy life schedule. By the time he gets home, he's like, can't go back out again. I have young kids at home. So I was able to go to his house after work and be able to help him with his orthopedic needs. So really just an orthopedic clinic on wheels.
Right. So your hours are not, maybe more standard like yours might be, but you're going to be 7, 8 o'clock at night. You got to go to someone's house, or?
Well, I try to maintain Monday through Friday, and I'll show up around 7 in the morning at somebody's house if that's the case and that's the need. And yes, I'll but I'm trying to kind of contain a work-life balance.
Sure.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll see you after work at your house.
Is there a lot of people that do what you're doing now as far as the mobile piece?
There's a couple.
I know there's a handful of but I don't know what there is for you.
Yeah, there's a few popping up in the area, and I've had a lot of help from friends that I've worked with in the past as well to sort of guide me through sort of starting some of this up. Liz being one of them as well. Oh, gosh, what was that, a year and a half ago? So we met for a drink over at BG1 just across the light there.
Yeah.
There's a few in the area. I think that niche is starting to grow as well to see that need of that gap.
Yeah. Is there a range limit? Like how far are you willing to drive?
Well, I just went to Jamesville today. I'll go there. I'm trying to stay Onondaga County. I'd love to get a couple people on my team because I live over on this side of town. I do have a lot of patients in this Beeville, Liverpool, Phoenix area, but hoping to expand more into like Cicero, North Syracuse, anywhere need be, southern Oswego County as well.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that has family up there or lives up there themselves.
Like I know some doctors will have patients they would like to refer them to certain physical therapists who are good, but it's too far for that patient. They're not willing to drive that far. So it'll be nice to know of your service. Like, do you go to private practices or doctors, like offices that you can tell them about your service?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant provide the service there. That's why I'm looking at you. Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's sort of what I'm trying to do is reach out and connect with some of the providers because, again, like Liz was saying, sometimes they don't know the services there to recommend. Maybe in their mind they're like, God, it'd be so great if I could just find that PT to come to their house. So it's what I'd like to be able to do a little bit more of is connect with more providers that just so they know of the availability.
I have an idea.
Word out,
I have an idea.
Oh.
You have a physical place.
Okay.
And on wheels. And the physical place combined with Liz.
Oh.
And you guys cover that like pelvic and general physical
General
therapy,
ortho, yeah.
and we're also on the road.
And we're on the road. And I'll get that van when I'll pay my husband to be my driver.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
perfect. And then you can take your notes
I
in
can
the
put
back.
my notes in the back, phone
Yeah.
calls. Yeah.
Oh, do you guys use any AI tools?
I was just gonna ask that. Yeah.
That's so funny. Do you?
The only AI tools I have used have been to make like social media posts because I'm not. That's if you were to look at my Instagram or my Facebook, which are the only two I have, I'm just not that savvy, and also it hasn't been a huge like my most of my patients that are reaching out to me have either been a provider. Or a personal referral, so and so went to see you, and sometimes I get some that are, I saw this on social media, but it also isn't the bulk of it, and I'm not good at it, so I've used that to be like, make this look nicer for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh wow,
It's such a time.
I said that.
Social media
Yes.
is just so much time. They're all
not
different
even there yet.
platforms.
We got into it
Right.
when we
As long as they
started
can
this.
contact you, right?
Yeah.
We got into it when we started this podcast, and it was because I've been before, and then I got off of it. I was like, this is stupid. And then we started this podcast, like, I got to be on social media.
So we're actually gonna. So a little side topic here. We can play something afterwards, but we're gonna come out with an album.
Oh.
We have an AI album of songs that Roman's created. It's like
kidding.
it's just like talks about things. It's really good songs. Like I don't know,
It's crazy.
and they sound like professional. It's just really weird. Like we're gonna sell an album.
Yeah, AI is scary. But I was thinking more of, Liz, do you have another person in the room with you with a patient that will take notes?
I wish. And
Okay.
I've looked at that. And I mean, I haven't really looked at it, but I have seen that and how a lot of providers are using that for note taking. And granted, my notes don't have to be, because I have no relationship with the insurance company. I'm not worried about having certain things in there so that the insurance company sees it so that I get reimbursed. I need to know what I did. I need to remember this patient and what we're going for and what's going on with them. And so that can look a little bit different than like what an insurance note
Yeah,
looks
so they're
like.
more for you than someone else, right?
For sure,
You
because
get audited by insurances. Yeah.
right. And I won't. Certainly, I can give if someone needs my notes for their provider, or if provider wants them, I'm happy to send them. But I don't have that requirement, so my notes don't require some of those things that I think would be like when I was in an orthopedic outpatient clinic. You would spend hours. I would at night after you see patients back to back. 12 patients in 7 hours, and then go home and write your notes because you couldn't do it there. I generally don't have that much of a need for it, though. It's intriguing. It would be wonderful.
Yeah. I kind of started with it at a previous position, and I'm not, as comfortable with AI and that elevated technology. I don't even have a social media page for my practice yet. I have a website, but that would be something I'd like to get into because to Liz's point, sometimes just dictating to that AI system, your notes can plug them in. I could maybe do it while I'm driving.
Yeah,
I know there's
You know?
AI programs. There's also a program called Dragon, and you basically just speak into it. Like you open your notes, and then as you're talking to a patient, you can say you're examining a patient. You don't really need to talk to the patient. You're examining a patient. I don't know the terminologies, but if you say upper knee dislocation, and you're speaking as if you're taking notes. So you're examining and it's taking notes at the same time, and that's done.
Yeah, and it formulates it into a real sentence and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can sort of shorthand it.
Yeah. And you can go back and preview it if there are any errors, mistakes, you correct it. But will it keep notes per patient, so a patient comes back later with a different injury, you're like, oh, I've had this patient before. What did they have before? Okay, here's the progress. Here's my notes on how fast they healed. I think for that kind of purposes, maybe either AI or some of these
especially
softwares
for your driving.
helpful.
Right, yeah.
So what are you gonna do otherwise?
Yeah.
you know.
Otherwise, it's the radio. I'm listening to your podcasts,
Yeah. Oh, yes. All that driving, you
Yeah,
gotta
it
kill
is.
time.
You guys need more beer yet? You want more beer?
Yeah, how
Oh,
you
I'm
doing?
good.
Need
I'm good.
refills?
This is really
Okay.
good.
Because I'm gonna need to refill.
Yeah.
Can we pause for a minute?
Oh, sure.
All right, pause a minute. Okay, we're back. We'll give you better stickers.
What? This is the only sticker we got of this.
No, our logos.
Oh, they're better than this?
Yeah.
I thought these were pretty cool.
No.
These come from Ireland or something.
Ireland?
I guess somewhere overseas. Probably where you're from. You're not from Ireland though.
No, I'm not.
Uzbekistan or some sort of
Nope.
stan.
Nope.
You-
Come on.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't
that's
know
right.
where I'm from.
No, I do. Well, you're from like 4 places, but I think originally it was Armenia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Armenian.
And then you went to Russia, and then you went to Utah, then you went to Boston, and then you're here.
That's true.
Yeah, you've been all
Sort
over
of.
the place. Yeah.
Well, I had to find you somewhere.
And now you're
Yeah.
here.
That's right.
That's where it got you.
He's holding my
There's
baby,
family.
and I'm holding his baby. It's really weird.
Yeah. And we share a hotel.
I should have put. I should have put.
Family is.
I should have put a queen
is
crown on
family.
you. I should have put a queen one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yours is more like a queen.
No.
Do you guys really have those dogs?
That's really my dog on the right, and
So
Finn's and his dog is like 3 times the size of mine, but it's smaller.
he has a pug, which is smaller than my dog. And for some reason in the picture, my dog is smaller than
Well, I
the
think
pug.
it's because my fat
a big
baby
dog,
is squashing your dog down. my fat baby's got his
Yeah.
feet on your.
I have 3 dogs.
You have 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have that boy right there. He's 85. Then I have a old senior, 16 years old, 12 pounds, and a black golden doodle. He's like medium size.
Which is like a misnomer.
When you said 85, you meant pounds.
Pounds? Yeah.
Yeah, years.
Not
Like,
years.
whoa.
That would be a record. I
Because
think.
my dog's 23 pounds. So yeah, he's like 3 times the size of my dog.
I think the oldest living dog was like 37 years old or something like that.
Oh my God.
And it was the breed was Blue Healer.
Like Bluey?
Who's Bluey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
It's a
Bluey,
it's
like
a-
the animal,
that
the
TV show?
Oh, the dog.
Bluey?
Oh,
I think the Healers is their
Oh,
last name.
He had some other. He had Blowy on his mouth, not Bluey.
not till now.
But perhaps I'm wrong.
Yeah, Blue Healer.
Never heard of a
like
Blue
a cattle dog.
I mean, yeah, okay. I believe you. I don't want to.
Liz is like, I'm not getting into
expand
it.
my knowledge about the
No.
show
Why?
Bluey on this podcast. Again, I have 4 children under 10, so
That's
There's
all
a
right. We
lot.
can talk about cartoon.
Is Dora around anymore?
I don't know.
Dora?
I don't see.
My daughter
her.
used to watch that all the time, and it's
I
like
don't think that one. Yeah.
that was
Magic
such an
School
annoying
Bus?
tune, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Magic School Bus.
Is that old?
Is that old? Is
Isn't
that
that
gone?
like
I feel like that-
wasn't that like a
That's old.
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
that like a
that's good.
70s
That's old.
group like Magic like the Who or something like that Magic Bus? I don't know how old
getting
everybody's
past-
here.
we're
I'm
getting
pretty
past
sure I'm the most seasoned here. but-
My very first time I got high, I watched Magic School Bus,
Oh.
and I sat like this close from the TV,
With
and I
Miss
was like,
Grizzle,
and I was like, no way, yeah, like when they shrink and go into like the blood vessels, and,
right? Yeah. Those are
Like, what's
You're still in
happening?
Those are
you're still in
classic.
diapers at the time.
yeah, getting high.
Gummy high. There weren't gummies then.
I know. Now there's gummies. I don't know if you guys ever done it. You don't have to say.
No. We've never done it.
One time we were guests on someone's podcast and we are like, hey, let's do gummies before we should.
I had never done it before.
How did it go for you?
Yeah, how'd you feel?
No.
It was, well, the first one we're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, we just didn't know anything. And then this time, the second time, we did it, and I'm just laughing my ass. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm laughing at. Like I'm talking to Ron. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on here.
Probably a really good show.
Yeah. I didn't know what was
would've
happening
been-
because and they probably
Tell us
do
which
it.
one that is.
Yeah, it's
Tune
in the 50s, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
back to you guys because you guys are more responsible than us.
I wanted to ask Mary more about her practice. Before you got into your own practice, what made you leave where you were working to start your own? Like, what prompted that?
You know, I've been asked over the many years. It was kind of cumulative. Nothing one thing really happened. It was kind of cumulative over the last few years of all those questions of, oh, it'd be so great if somebody could come to my house or my mom's house or my neighbor, all those questions. And just the number of times people said, I really have to stop coming because it's so difficult for me to get here, whether they're getting a ride and coordinating that or driving themselves or, December 5th comes and they say, well, I'm going to have to stop coming until April. Because they're just that fear of driving. And, something within me recently too is just like, I want to try something on my own. I wanted to see what I was, capable of doing and kind of jumping and making that leap of saying, let's give it a try. And I felt like it was a great way to jump into it and just be able to hit the ground running. I bought a bunch of equipment. I did the laborious paperwork of Medicare. Cried myself to sleep a few times at night. But,
and then this, right?
And then this, yeah, exactly. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
But just being able to just say, yes, I can come, right into your house and let's do it.
Yeah.
So when you became your own boss, how was that trend? How was the beginning of that? Like, were you nervous?
Yes, I was really nervous, but I had a lot of good support between family, friends. My husband was really like, "What are you waiting for? Go do it."
Yeah.
So he was kind of really pivotal in helping me just say, "You know what? I don't know what I am waiting for, so let's do it." But yeah, I was nervous, and even saying my own boss sounds strange because that's just such a new statement for me.
Yeah.
But it's really cool.
Spouses are always like the best supporters.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do what I'm doing. Even this podcast. Like to have my wife's support to do this.
And I support you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That's wonderful.
Don't touch me. I draw the line there.
Yeah, right. Bullshit. This guy takes his shirt off anytime he can.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Okay.
But it's like an awesome transition. Like when I started on my own too, it was just like nervous at first. My wife was behind it, always, best supporter. But you kind of like, I can't picture myself working for somebody.
Well, everybody should be an owner at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you don't want to, if it doesn't work, then you stop doing it. But
I think 90% of businesses in the U.S. is small business owners.
I think 75% of the economy is small business.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's some ridiculous number, but the large businesses like anything fucking Elon Musk or whatever is like hundreds of billions.
Right.
But I think it's some sort of number like 72 or 75% is small business.
I think it's even higher than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's that the workforce works like the
Contributors to our economy.
Just small business owners.
Yeah.
Like yourself, us.
Right.
If you have employees of like 5 or 20 people, that's still considered small business. And majority of companies in U.S. is small business owners. So you are contributors.
Well, and so are we.
All right.
Yes.
We've got
Well-
we've got this. This is a business. We've got our own separate businesses we own. So
Yeah.
but
We love doing this because we get to meet great people. Sorry, Frank.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, like what? Sorry, not
I interrupted
people?
you. Shut up.
sorry, Frank.
Sorry,
We're
not
great
you,
people.
Frank.
Sorry, Frank, not you.
I'm multitasking. Believe it or not. I'm looking at the screen even if I'm looking at you. And I'm paying attention to if I interrupted him because I have done it many times and I have to apologize. So I stopped mid-sentence and I apologized for interrupting him.
Not accepted. Go ahead, Roman.
Yeah. We'll sort this out later.
Do you ever have to do the job of looking at the screen and watching the people?
No, he just sits there and drinks
see?
beer.
Well, I'm more than just a pretty face. No, but I do look at things. I make things are on, but like Roman's like hands on there. Like
Frank is a lot of like behind the scenes, logistics and things like that. So I love that he's very organized. So he helps me too. Like, I have so much shit on my plate. And then he can be like, Roman, I got a list. Make sure this.
I got pieces of tech knowledge. He's got all the tech knowledge.
Wow. It's impressive in here.
Yeah.
So
I really like it.
Yeah. And
we're
like,
still working on it. It's not, work in progress.
we gotta put the stripper pole in.
No, we did it once. We told us Chicken Town. It's funny. I built a stripper pole once at my friend's house. I lived in
I
Boston.
didn't know what was gonna happen.
And he did this like shady one. I was like, dude, this is going to fall apart. We got to make it nice. And then I was the first one on it, like trying to all these weird things.
Oh my god.
Just want to make sure it's structurally sound.
With
And
clothes
that's
on.
why I drink, just because
With
of those
clothes on.
visuals.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine contractors on the stripper pole? I mean, it's probably a thing. It's on my.
This went from very professional to just not.
Yeah, sorry. You brought it up.
And then I stopped bringing
Well,
it up. And you kept going.
You know what? Pole dancers get hurt and they need to go see physical therapists.
That's right.
Oh, full circle.
It's
You're going to travel to a strip club.
I mean,
Right. And then you can refer them because
they have an orthopedic
Obviously,
injury.
right? They're
Right.
gonna need to see me.
And then they're going to.
this is perfect. This is how this works. No, this is good.
Let's
this
just
is all,
hope it's a small business strip club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, for sure.
It'd be better if it
Yeah.
was.
Well,
Drop
there's
your-
not much business for large.
I mean, well,
Dropping off your business cards at strip clubs.
Well, they probably just stick somewhere.
Oh my.
See what happens.
You open the can of worms.
See what happens. But
Oh god, yeah,
So small businesses.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Good stuff.
good support.
How about those Yankees?
Mary, squirrel. Mary, you said
Yes.
you like to collaborate, work with other physical therapists. In what sense? Like, say, for example, there's a large practice established. Like, how would you work with?
Well, more like sounding boards, reaching out to therapists that are maybe a little more specialized in pelvic floor or neurological conditions, specialists in Parkinson's. I kind of more meant like that, like in previous positions where I've had coworkers on site or, in other locations where I can just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm feeling like I need a little, another brain, another pair of eyes on this patient.
Mm-hmm. Can you reach out to some practices? Maybe they've lost patients because they're too far for that patient to travel, and now they lost that patient and they wish they knew someone they could like recommend.
I could certainly do that. Yeah, I haven't run into that scenario yet, but absolutely.
Because I know some physical therapists that if they were in a different location, they would have gotten more referrals from doctors.
Right. It is.
And you hear a lot of pharmaceutical companies. I don't know if they still allowed to do this or not, but they would go to physicians' practice and sell the drugs. Right. I've never heard a physical therapist go and do a presentation saying, "Hey, this is refer your friends." So is that normal practice? Like, do you guys do that?
I have done that quite a bit in the past. Yeah, absolutely. To just really educate on like the skilled services that physical therapists can do. I mean, teaching primary care teaching, I say educating and giving them information about pelvic floor PT and, how that works, the referral process. So that side of it, I can't really speak to the pelvic floor specialty per se, but yes, absolutely. Educating them on the orthopedic care that we provide. I mean, it's a really popular to think about neck and back pain. A lot of times people think about that or my knee hurts, but there's a lot of like prehab, we call it, where, if it's preoperative before a surgery. But, kind of just teaching providers what they can refer for PT. I've met a lot of new graduate physician assistants and they're wonderful, but they all have said, oh yeah, we got like a 1-day course about PT, OT, and speech therapy all in one day. And that's the extent of their knowledge. And they've just graduated. So they get to learn quite a bit from just sitting and talking.
How about you, Liz? Have you done that? Like, have you gone to practices and tried to?
I've definitely gone to practices, and probably the extent of what I've done is dropped things off for people. And some of them I have more like direct who I'm dropping it off to because they're providers that we have gone in on patients. Like either they sent me a patient or the patient came in and then I started seeing them. So we had a relationship there, like to collaborate. I haven't been in to do like a lunch or like a lunch and learn or anything like that, which is pretty common, but I haven't really done that. So,
But I was just thinking, so Roman, because Roman does construction, real estate, so he tells you guys how you got to get a brick and mortar together because he wants to help you build that. That's where that's going.
Love it.
It's because I like to support good people.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I support you in supporting that. But you can also build a studio there because now these guys, I also have an idea for you. You guys need to start a podcast, and it's gonna be prehab and me search. That's what it could be called.
We can just extrapolate on all kinds of different
Right.
topics.
That's beautiful.
You should do it.
Bring it all back
Done.
to PT.
One-stop shop.
Yeah,
Good idea.
yeah.
We'll borrow your
touch
studio
me.
to get started, though.
It
It is.
That's what it's here
Get
for.
our feet wet.
We designed it this
That
way
was-
for that reason.
That was the idea.
But I'm going to want one of those.
We can
We
do
have
that.
to get one of those.
we can put you guys on.
We'll get it done.
We'll make one of you guys.
Yeah, we designed the studio to be able to offer
My
space.
son's just a fat bastard. Look at that guy.
He's cute.
He's got a big head. Look at that thing.
See, there's a light on it. I can't see.
Yeah. We got to figure that out, but
At my angle, I just can't
we
see.
didn't think that through either. I'm like, I like it because that thing actually blocks Roman.
We'll get it. We'll get
So I don't have to see it.
We'll get it printed on the canvas.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Maybe we'll get an artist and we'll have it painted on the wall.
A mirror.
There's got to be some small business local
Yeah,
artists
right.
that want to
Artists.
do that.
Do you see the windows outside?
Yeah.
There's two that, if you find those, there's the one on the tattoo shop that's like the Dracula. Is
Yep.
that still there?
Yep.
And then there's one in the back of the library.
Yeah,
that's
they did a
really
good job.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
was
know
a
what.
lot of people that
Yeah.
day.
I think it's there
There
for
was
2
some
more
good
weeks.
ones. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I think.
Oh, they're leaving it up long.
Well, through Halloween, which is
Friday.
yeah. So maybe not that long, I guess. But so
Can you share any like funny stories from your practices?
and just substitute any name as Roman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had this client named Roman.
Yeah, just for the purposes of HIPAA law.
Yes.
Of course. You got it?
Oh, God. I almost have too many. I don't even.
Is that funny where you work?
Well,
Mary?
I'm telling you, Liz, you guys got to work together.
you know what's funny is in the first like 2 weeks of of working full time, I had somebody air quotes no show. And I thought, how do you not show? I came to you. I'm sitting in the driveway laughing. I'm knocking on the door. I'm calling, and she answers, and she goes, "Oh, beep." She's like, "I'm not home." I said, "Yeah, I know."
Oh, it's a Ring doorbell or something. That's when you got to have a sticker that says no DB.
Yeah, exactly. And she was like, how does this work? And I was like, well, it doesn't. Like
Now it's like a
you're
telemet.
not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get on our iPhones and FaceTime.
Yeah.
That was probably my most like recent funny. I did have a little tearjerker moment that I want to just insert because
Yeah.
I don't cry with my patients. I let them cry if they need to. But I was like choking it back the other day. I have this gentleman named Roman.
You're welcome.
He and his wife have been married for over 60 years. And he has some dementia and he kind of comes in and out. He's mostly in, but he'll forget, what he just had for breakfast. He knows her, he knows me. But for some reason I wanted him, he's a little stiff and rigid. I wanted him to get moving a little bit. So I was like, tell me a song to play. I grabbed my phone. 7:15 in the morning at their house, right? It's barely sunlight at this point. This is just like 2 weeks ago. And she said, "Hey, how about our wedding song?" Well, I should have known. Like that's just going to bring on the tears.
Yeah.
So I turn it on. It's Elvis Presley. Can't help falling in love
yeah.
with you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. I was bending over to put my phone down just to have my hands free because I was going to get him to stand up and start moving a little bit. And he couldn't get the words. And he finally did. And he was like, "Oh my God!" And he starts crying and grabbing her hand. I'm like, "Oh my God! I've just oh my God!"
I would probably cry
choking.
too.
Yes. Oh, it was beautiful because I've known these two over the years for a while. And like I said, that really hit me because I wasn't expecting any of that.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my God, I got to recover. This is 7:15 in the morning. I got a long day."
Good job, Roman.
Yeah, good job, Roman.
Those Romans are overachievers.
So I'm walking out of the house laughing and crying at the same time. So it was funny and it was beautiful.
Roman wasn't built in a day.
Yeah. No. I mean, it might have taken 5 minutes. I don't know.
Right.
Possibly.
Like anything else in your life. But
What about you, Liz?
Oh, I don't know if I have any real funny stories. And honestly, I do. I mean, I have a good time. I do feel like I connect really well with my patients. We have a long time. I have an hour with each patient. Which is another reason why going out on my own was something that really was important and helpful because out of network, I make my own rules, how long we're going to see each other and what that looks like. And so I have time to ask about them and their day and their families, and I get to know them pretty well.
so maybe not so much funny, but just funny.
I mean,
stories,
it's sensitive in that oftentimes people will laugh when they're telling me something, and I also want to be delicate with that. Like I'm laughing with you, but I am not laughing at you, and that stuff happens. I'm thinking of a client Roman that I had the other day, and it was they can be a little bit nervous in coming in or what to expect or not knowing what's going on. And I think you guys saw my room, so it's small. Right. I have my table, I have my desk, and I have a sink, which is wonderful because
with the mirror also. Remember we talked about the mirror? I love that mirror.
A mirror that has a curtain there. So the eval had pretty much finished, and we were going to go over what was going on and what I thought would be helpful and beneficial. And this person walks over to the sink and they pump soap into their hands, and then they come over to the table and they just start rubbing their hands because I'm assuming they thought it was hand sanitizer, but it was just soap. And so they're sitting there rubbing their hands, and I was like, I just want you to know, and that's totally fine, but that's soap. So you might want to go wash it off. It's just like, keep rubbing. And they were like,
it's not going away.
Why is it not coming out?
This is really weird.
I did that. We went to Thomas Jefferson's house a couple years ago in Virginia, and we stayed at a hotel on the way down, whatever. And I tried to, I don't know what happened, but I was like, a bunch of swear words because we don't really swear much here. So I'm saying it, and I'm like, this shampoo won't wash away. But it was hand lotion. So I'm like, I just put all this hand lotion, and I'm like,
Those bottles are tricky these days.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not going away. What's happening? Like, my hair is really soft. But like, it just like, and then you can't wash it off because it's like got like this water repellent thing. I'm like, all right, guess the shirt's coming off again. Like,
You know what I hate when you go into a public bathroom and part of it is automatic and part of it is manual and you're not sure and you're standing there like, are there any cameras watching me try to do this with my hand and like the water won't turn on and then you see the little lever and you're like, oh my God. You know, and then you go over and you're trying to pump the thing to get the paper towel, but then it's automatic.
or they got all of that, but the door's not automatic.
Yes.
I'm like,
Be consistent.
what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, who's watching me screw this up?
Because now they got those foot things, the little foot pedal, so you can like pull it with your foot.
I wish bathroom doors were push, not pull. Like, I wish I would push the door to get out of the bathroom, not pull
So
it.
then you hit the guy coming in.
But then you'd have to pull to get in. Would that be okay?
I mean, sometimes you do, right?
It's a, yeah.
I mean, I guess you would know more than I would. But I
Yeah,
think
like-
sometimes you just put your butt in the door and go out, right? Like when you're leaving, your hands clean.
yeah,
Yeah, if
you can
it's-
just
If
like
it's a pull.
push it with
But
your
if
foot.
it's
Like if you're leaving,
If you're
Yeah.
coming,
But
if
if
it's a push indoor when you're trying to leave,
some doors you have to pull to get out of the bathroom.
and that's the ones that have the little foot thing on them now, so you can pull them like that. And then the other people that piss me off are they don't have the trash can near there. So like, if I got to pull it, I'll use a thing, but then the trash can's like way over there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, hope it
you're
goes.
stuck.
Like, why wouldn't you put the trash can
Look out and
here?
you're holding this paper towel and you're like, what do I do now?
If I could just hold this and then throw it and walk out.
He's like this. He's like, okay, I'm gonna pull it, throw
Yeah.
it.
And I'm like, I
Pull it hard so it opens
Use my
all
foot.
the way.
Yeah.
Run.
and I want to squeeze through the door and it's only this much. It's pretty common. I don't care if there's a camera on me. Put it anywhere you want.
Yeah, it's for the sanitary purposes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and the air dryer, like they recycle the bathroom air, so I don't even feel like
What?
I heard weird things about hair dryers and all the germs that it spreads at one point, and I'm just like, I don't even know, right? Like that it perpetuates it into the bathroom, and that all the like spores and stuff that
It recycles the air, those things, those Dyson things?
they use the bathroom air.
I thought there was like a compressor in the wall or something.
So if you're washing,
First of all, it blows the skin off you. So,
Yeah, some of those are intense.
if you're washing your hands and I farted, you're most likely gonna end up on your hands. That's how it works. But
okay.
regardless,
So that I wake up with pink eye?
I keep
If I sneeze, I chew. Oh, man.
I keep a hand sanitizer in my car all the
Yeah,
time. So if I pump the gas or if I went to the public bathroom, I get in the car. I just
I didn't realize
not
this.
soap,
That
hand
ruins everything.
sanitizer.
I don't know the recycles air. That's terrible.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
What happens when there's not
Sorry.
a paper towel option? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this. It's this. Yeah.
Probably should.
Yeah, and then she smell it.
Yeah.
You
What
have
movie was
to.
that?
You have
Saturday
to.
Night Live.
Yeah.
Isn't it something about Mary?
SNL.
No, that's, what is it, hair gel? That was something.
Oh, that's
No, that's
yes.
that was sperm. What?
Could be wrong.
We're comfortable.
No, we're not comfortable with that, Roman.
Liz said she can talk about
Yeah, but then you touch my shoulder. It's really weird.
not your hair, so you're good.
So, yeah, let's talk about how people can get a hold of you then. So, I know you have a website, not much social media, and you're not big on social media. So, how can people get a hold of you guys, if they need to?
Well, I have a phone number, and it's a cell line as well, so people can text if they'd rather shoot a text, and we can arrange a time to talk. But it's 315-975-7640, or they can email me, mary@vitalityptcny.com.
And what's the website?
vitalityptcny.com.
One more time.
You did that so
now.
nice. Like, right, maybe you have a different calling.
And you get free shipping.
Over,
You get free
right?
shipping.
And you get free shipping.
She
Did you
ships
say
herself to
mine?
you.
Did you say mine, Mary?
Give me your number.
What about you, Liz?
Most of my information can be found at my website. So that's www.bluepelvic.com. My phone number's on there, 315-464-0244. Also, I think my email, and then also there's a contact form on the website. So you fill that out. It comes right to me. I'll kind of get a little blurb about you. And then again, I'm a one-woman show. So I will end up calling you to make sure that that's appropriate and that's a good fit and give you all the information. I usually say exactly that I'm going to give you some information in the clinic, make sure it's a good fit for you, and we can go from there. And
I will also include both of your guys' contact information in the description. So if anybody locally wants to get hold of you, check the description of the podcast.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you both.
My pleasure. Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for
you
I
guys.
having
hope
us.
you guys
Yeah,
would want
this
to
was a
come
lot of
back
fun.
again, maybe to announce your merger.
Yes.
Oh
Of
yes,
course.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll get right on that.
And developments in your business. And would love to have you guys back.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have
Great.
I don't know how, if it's applicable. Do you guys some sort of specials or something like this, or you guys, is there any kind of promotions you guys can do for your business? I mean, I don't really know if that's applicable. I mean,
know.
do you sell things out of your business, any kind of care products?
No, and some pelvic PTs do. I don't. Generally, I will have things that I recommend, but I don't have any products that I am wholesaling or anything like that. I don't know about Mary.
No, not currently. I think I'm still sort of getting into that growth piece of it all. But yeah, I would love to kind of offer a package of. I've been asked multiple times over the years, hey, what if you just come to my house and stretch?
Yeah.
So stretch, maybe some hands-on therapy and cupping. I mean, we
Cupping's
feel like
pretty
we're
big,
starting
right?
to close it out, and I just brought that up. But
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
that's something I've been kind of trying to explore because I think a lot of people want that that I don't want to call it a quick fix, but that quick good feeling. And usually when someone stretches you, it's a deeper, more comfortable relief stretch than trying to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, if somebody does something for you, you're more likely to do it than saying, "Oh, I got to stretch now."
Right.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
It'll be funny if you say, yeah, tiger balm.
Or a plunger. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys are more than welcome back if anything
Awesome.
changes
Yeah.
or if you want to talk
Totally.
further. And
Or you just want to have
appreciate being
some good beer.
here.
Yeah,
This is
Right.
delicious. Just come for
Thank
the
you.
beer, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. That's fine.
At the table.
We can do that.
Thank you,
do that.
Mary. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Roman.
Thanks for having
Thank you,
us.
Frank.
Hey.
Thank you, everybody, for following us. I keep saying that we got to do the giveaway, and I keep forgetting.
At this point,
Yeah,
we
at
might
this
just
point,
wait
we're
till
going to reach
4,500.
5,000. But
Thank you to Big Oyster and American
Yeah.
Lager.
Big Oyster for sponsoring, and we want to thank Hopped Up Network, everybody on social media and Facebook. We appreciate all the followers. And if you have any questions or suggestions for next episodes, please reach out.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.